My name is Charles Hallowell. I'm from Oakland, California, although I grew up in New York. I've lived in Oakland for almost 15 years now. I was a cook at Chez Panisse in Berkeley for 8 years, and I left there when I was 29 to open my first restaurant called Pizzaiolo. And then last December I opened another restaurant called the Boot and Shoe Service. I worked at Chez Panisse for a long time, which is this fancy French restaurant, or like French inspired, very provincial restaurant. That it was started by Alice Waters, and it kind of was the progenitor of California cuisine, although I fucking hate that word so much because it sucks. Basically what Pizzaiolo did was it tapped Americans on the shoulder and said, remember that for all of time people ate a certain way, and then after the Industrial Revolution we lost the path, you know? And we started eating shitty food. And we started thinking more about efficiency and more about preserving things and more about doing things quickly and easily and less about savoring the act of cooking food and savoring the act of growing food, which people have done for all of time, right? Like what we're doing here is nothing new. People have been eating beautiful food like this for all of time. But in America, for sure, after the Industrial Revolution, especially after World War I and World War II, pushed America into a kind of compulsive, consumerist mentality that didn't allow for people to slow down and take time to eat and connect with the human beings that they love and sit with their grandmother and their grandfather and watch their grandmother shell beans and hunt for mushrooms. I mean, things that still in some parts of France and Italy and Spain people get to do this, but in America it was lost. And Alice really said, hey, we have to remember this. This is like a part of what it is to be human. And I loved it. It changed my life to go work there. So I decided that I really needed to open a place that held the same values, that was all local. The menu changes every day. All the ingredients are organic. We get whole pigs and we butcher them at the restaurant and we make our own pancetta and prosciutto. And, but that is like loud and crazy and people can get drunk and it feels like a celebration every night, you know? And people can come in and we can just smother them with love and create a space for them to actually have a moment to feel like a human being, you know what I mean? Like they can let their guard down and they can take a breath and they can put their work aside and they can shut their cell phone off and their children can run around and play with each other and they can eat delicious food. So for me, cooking pizza was like this way to feed people extraordinary food, but at a totally reasonable price in an atmosphere that was like totally down home, very soulful. I mean, we play like great jazz, really loud, and Otis Redding and Nina Simone, and it's in a neighborhood where there are like black people and Latino people and Eritreans and people from all over North Africa. I mean, a super great neighborhood and all kinds of people can come and eat this like great healthy food. And there's good wine and it's beautiful.